Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm at Alton Towers for the Towers Time Summer Festival. I am very tired again, but I think feeling a little bit better than I was at like the Man of Madness event. I feel like I'm in a bit of a better position, which is good, but still tired. Not really much sleep. Yeah, I thought I might start the vlog off with a Scarefest Construction Update before the rides open. Just over at the sort of back of the Altonville area. There was some lights on up there, you can't really see it from here, but that's kind of like the attic backstage, I think, maybe. I mean, that's where the attic mainly is, up there on that level where those curtains are. I don't think there's much changed back here for Altonville, but there is a little bit at the front which I'll show you in a sec. But yeah, which looks very different. I don't know whether it's just construction stuff or whether it's actually going to be a different entrance, but yeah, there's the back entrance, still double fence threat. But yeah, that's just the chainsaw finale exit. I'm kind of out of breath, not gonna lie. I'm tired. But yeah, this bit hasn't changed, but yeah, I'll show you around the front because there's a bit that's sort of changed. So yeah, coming around to Altonville's area, as you can see, like a lot's been kind of knocked over with like the speakers and stuff. There's some poles down here. And then if you look over there, yeah, a lot of them knocked over. I don't know if it's like the wind or something, or maybe they're just kind of like reconstructing them. Not sure, but yeah, I imagine with these kind of like poles here, it probably is like reconstruction stuff. But yeah, this whole area's kind of been closed off, which is a bit more of an update than last time. It's closed off at the other end, I think, as well. So yeah, we won't be able to get access to this bit for construction updates, I guess, unless maybe near the time. But yeah, it's weird that they're all kind of off. I mean, to be fair, it actually kind of works for theming as well. I don't know, this could work with it all being like run down, but yeah, I think it's just that they're just reconstructing it and making it a little bit more stable. Right, let's get the elephant in the room out of the way. The Darkest Depths site, which has had construction, as you can see. The storage containers have gone in. For some reason, they're still working on it, even though it's pretty much now confirmed it's not going to be here this year. I think there was a gap in the fence here. The problem is my camera is it's a baby camera, so you can't really see much. See a little bit there of the storage containers all cut open. Yeah, personally, I don't think there's going to be here this year. I think it's going to be used for storage. I don't really see why they've been continuing construction, but oh well. Right, so at the dungeon site now, so looks like World of David Walliams is closed as well. Maybe they're doing Scarefest Construction Updates, who knows. But yeah, here's the dungeon, which I don't think I've covered this on the channel yet, but the dungeon logo is gone. Officially, I came here, I think it was it was like late July. And yeah, the dungeon logo was gone. Scarefest billboard, whoop. I'll see if there's anything I can see through the gap. I think it's just like ladders, scaffolding. Yeah, just like scaffolding and stuff, not too much. Some of like the old walls and stuff from the queue line. So yeah, I believe that this might be a family attraction because it's on like kind of like a combi with Trick or Treat Town. And it makes sense because it's in like the kind of more family friendly area. The dungeon was originally a family attraction, so yeah, makes sense. So here's Trick or Treat Town. Probably not much to like add on to this. It's probably mostly still set up inside. But yeah, here's the ending. It is a shame they couldn't make it into like one big attraction, but yeah, but now we know that Trick or Treat Town confirmed to be returning. I'll probably only do it once, to be honest, probably like book it on the day or something. And then there's a bit of bunting for the kind of finale corridor. I can't imagine any massive changes to this. But yeah, I mean, operations were pretty smooth last year. It's just, yeah, very samey. But yeah, with the dungeon, quite interesting. We don't know what it is yet. I may have had some like sneaky teasers from my sources, but to be honest, I kind of want it to be a bit more of a surprise this year, so I don't know exactly what it is. So yeah, it'll be interesting to find out. Right, it's finally going to go on a ride at this theme park. 13's not open, so I thought I might as well try and wake myself up with Rita, because apparently I hate myself. Apparently, of course I do. But yeah, I haven't been on this year yet, so might as well give it a go. Last year, to be fair, on the ERT, I managed to find some comfortable ways to ride it, so hopefully I can this morning. So yeah, I guess I'll see you when I come off Rita. Right, so Rita, that was rough. It was on the kind of left side, so it was much more rough on that side anyway. But now I'm going to go on to an actual better coaster. Giant Crab, Nemesis Reborn. It was also National Roller Coaster Day yesterday, so I guess belated Happy Roller Coaster Day. But yeah, I'll be going on this next. Then might get some lunch at the roller coaster restaurant because I know the event kind of starts at 12, so might get like an early lunch. So yeah, I guess I'll see you when I come off Nemesis Reborn.
Little longer than a few minutes later.
Right, so I've been off Nemesis Reborn, had a bit of lunch as well. Nemesis Reborn, outer seat on row 3, so smooth. Like, I'm really shocked by how smooth it is, to be honest. Like, because the outer seats are always more intense, but no, really smooth. Good bit of intensity still, but like not uncomfortable or anything, which is brilliant. Then I had some lunch at Pizza Pasta, just wanted to get something before the event because I'm literally heading up to it now to get in early. But yeah, it wasn't really good, to be honest, like at Pizza Pasta. I mean, to be honest, I didn't even think I was going to get some pizza because when I got in, they hadn't even got the pizza out yet, so I thought I was just going to have to stick with salad. But yeah, I managed to get some eventually. But yeah, it's not really as good as when I last went, so yeah, it was fine. It's food, isn't it, at the end of the day? And then I had a drink, I don't even know what it was, to be honest, so hopefully I'm not poisoned. So I'm heading up to the Tower Suite now to get to the event. I've seen on socials that they've posted that they're already up there, so yeah, hopefully I can get a good seat. Right, so I'm in. We just had like a welcoming committee outside from Craig, I think Chris B, which is just really funny. Like, yeah, he was just saying, oh yeah, we're just the welcoming committee. Got a bag of Haribos, and apparently this says, please open once sat down. So I'm interested in what this is. Try and do it with one hand. Hold on. 1.5 hands. It's Craig. Lovely. Lovely pin. I'll treasure this one forever.
1 hour later.
Right, so we just came from the Q&A with Sian, don't remember her second name, but she's like head of PR, social, stuff like that. It was quite interesting, I think, like kind of to see that kind of side of things in regards to like how they have to like deal with the news and stuff like that, how they have to deal with leaks, spoilers. Sorry. It was interesting enough, I think. I think I'm just kind of more interested in like the creative side, and obviously Scarefest and Scare Maze and stuff like that. So now we're going on to the ride takeovers and stuff. starting with Marauders Mayhem, so I'll just take random footage, I guess. Also nice to see a few like Twitter moots and stuff come and say hi. That was really nice, so hello. So yeah, I guess I'll see you off Marauders Mayhem.
Later. Much later.
Right, so we just come off the takeovers. Well, not just, it's a while later now as usual. Yes, we did Marauders Mayhem, very spinny. I really didn't do any of the work. Then we went on to Blade, I haven't been on that in a while. I feel like my group was a bit too enthusiastic about it. I was just like, meh. Then we went off to go do our own stuff. We went on to Smiler. I was on row 3, wasn't the most comfortable, but you know, managed to get through that. Then got some, well, we tried to go to 13, wasn't open. Then went to Just Chicken. I ordered a slushie, it was a mistake. Only just managed to finish it. So now we're just waiting for the Wicker Man ERT. I believe we get an hour on it, not sure, and then up to the hotel for the Bianca talk. So I guess I'll see you when I come off Wicker Man.
Later that same evening.
As I just come off the Wicker Man ERT, got 8 rides on it for SW8. So yeah, that's pretty cool, running pretty well. A little bit rough in some little bits, but obviously it depends where you sit. So we'll be going to the Q&A talk now with Bianca. Yeah, probably won't really have much to film there, just some of the room, whatever. Might do an outro when I get back either tonight or tomorrow. Usually could talk more freely there. So yeah, I guess I'll see you back at home for an outro. Unless if anything else happens, I don't know.
One eternity later.
Right, so it's about a week or so after the event now. As usual now, completely behind on my backlog. I mean, technically isn't a backlog at this point. It might turn into one, but yeah, after the event, had a bit of a dip. But I won't talk about that straight away because I kind of want to go into the more positive stuff first. Just because I don't really want it to come across as like the event was bad or anything. Like, it wasn't. It's, again, as usual, mental illness stuff. But yeah, going into when I last recorded, I think it was just after the Wicker Man ERT, which was pretty good. Managed to get 8 rides on it in about an hour, so that was really good. All pretty solid rides. There were probably a couple that were rough on it, but yeah, pretty solid overall. Really nice vibes going around. I think that is the moment that I did notice the depression trying to get in, but I did manage to kind of like hold it off in a way. I was kind of having to like actively fight against it. I think I was semi able to enjoy it, and then after that, as you saw, we headed up to the conference center to go and watch the Q&A with Bianca Sammut. I kind of like the way that they did the arrangement of the tables as well. Like, normally it's kind of like they had it like where the tables were kind of all in like one line facing the stage, but this time they had them kind of going round the stage in a way, which is pretty good. And they actually had like a proper stage as well. It wasn't just like a kind of like a floor that they had a little seat on or whatever. Like, they actually had a proper stage with like projector screen and everything, which was really cool. And yeah, the talk with Bianca was really great. She's always really good at talking, I guess. But yeah, she's always like very engaging, I feel like, and I think, as I said in the past, kind of like, she's very nice and kind about it, but she's also brutally honest about some stuff as well, which I really do appreciate. Like, it makes it feel a little bit more transparent, I guess. Just also really fun, some really funny moments as well. References to concrete, which is a inside joke about Project Ocean, because everyone keeps saying that they love concrete. We all love concrete, don't we? And yeah, there were some little teasers to Scarefest here and there. Nothing major, nothing that kind of revealed anything. I think there was kind of a bit of a hint towards like the stuff to do with I can't remember whether this was actually in Sian's talk or Bianca's, but I remember one of them mentioned about the whole thing of us kind of like guessing things that were going to be in place and it didn't pan out. I think that was to do with the Darkest Depths site. It wasn't said like explicitly, but I think it was kind of the idea that, you know, us finding out things. Like, I think it was to do with the plans actually for the scare mazes that were put up, and it's like, oh, we found the plans and then that didn't all pan out. And yeah, I think that's to do with this Darkest Depths site one, which is still being worked on. I really don't know why they're still working on it. Maybe they just wanted to get like in a semi-finished state, so that means it doesn't look like it's half done. But yeah, I just don't really see the point. I mean, maybe it's going to be used for storage, I don't know, but yeah, I feel like they should be spending more of their time working on the attractions that are actually going to be open this year rather than working on one that isn't. But yeah, just some really cool insight into her role at the park again, and a lot of kind of like the history of her working at different parks as well. It was kind of done in the format of a did you know kind of thing, so essentially like she said like a fact for like each slide and stuff, which is really cool, as they're going back into her history of working in theme parks and some of the things that were coming up. And yeah, some big teasers to Project Ocean and stuff like that, which was funny. Interesting that we haven't really heard much on Horizon recently. I don't know whether that's still a thing. I'd hope so, but yeah, we haven't really heard much on Horizon recently. I think the last time we kind of heard about it was at the John Burton one, which was last year, the John Burton one, I think, memory's going. But yes, we haven't really heard much about it since. It's more been Project Ocean. I think they also teased a little bit at Oktoberfest. I think she said that there might be some new stuff there as well, which is cool. So yeah, that'll be cool to see what new things they got planned for that. And then afterwards, of course, was the disco, my favourite part. Yay. Yeah, I had to wait there for about an hour for my dad to come pick me up. So that was fun. Just played on my phone and stuff to try and pass the time. But again, I feel like at that point, it was like I was kind of having to fight off the depression in the back of my head. And then when I got back home, it kind of all came out in a way and then kind of affected me for the rest of the week. But again, I don't really want to blame the event on that. It is just more of a thing of social anxiety, social issues in general. I think kind of like a lot of insecurities with like the disco thing as well. Like, honestly, I wish I was more of a party person. Like, I genuinely do, because I think it would make it a lot more fun for me and make it easier for me to socialise and interact, and just to be generally less socially anxious would be nice. A couple of other positives. I mean, for starters, for most of the day I was with James Toome, so it was really nice to see you again, James. Jammy, go and check him out, Jammy Jaunts. Really good. I think he does like fireworks stuff, kind of like digital fireworks displays, which are really cool. But yeah, it was just really nice to spend the day with you, so thanks for that. Also met a couple of people who kind of like were Twitter moots in a way. There was, I believe his username's Nemesis, like, it's literally Nemesis. He does like some like Nemesis cosplays and stuff like that, which are really cool. But yeah, after Sian's talk, he literally came up behind me and said, "Hey, are you Dark Shadow?" And I said, "Yeah," and we had like a nice little conversation, which was lovely. And yeah, just like, you know, I'd say if you recognise me and want to say hello, please do. Because I think the thing is, sometimes it looks like I'm not very approachable. Like, I think I have a massive case of resting bitch face, where it's like, yeah, I don't really look approachable, but I don't think that's just because that's just how my face is. I think that's more kind of a thing to do with the anxiety and stuff. It's more of a thing with feeling socially awkward in a way. But once you start talking to me, I'm pretty talkative, to be honest. I might be a bit awkward to start with, but yeah, I always appreciate it. It's really nice to talk and interact with people, so please do. And there was also Cynthia as well, I believe her username's Kima, who I believe is also like from the VTO Discord and stuff like that, but then we messaged a few times on Twitter and stuff, and yeah, she was lovely. Only got to briefly say hello and stuff, but yeah, really lovely to see her briefly. Also from Craig, I think I showed you that I got the, hold on, I'll turn the camera around, got the Craig pins, but it turns out I managed to get a little collection of them as well, so I've got like a different emotion for each day of Craig. I need the whole collection of these. There were like 20 of them. I need them. And then also got this, I think it's like a Towers Times Pride one. I think I got a an attraction source one at the event last year, I think. Oh, can I turn the camera back around? Hey, there we go. It was nice to get those pin badges as well. I will wear them with pride. Literally with pride for the Towers Times Pride one. There was also I might as well show this again as well. I don't know whether I showed it very close up, but that's the Summer Festival one. Don't know whether it's going to focus or not. Might do, might not. I don't know. But yeah, so a load of lovely new pins for the collection as well, which, as I say, I'll definitely wear the Craig ones just for the meme. So it was lovely with like interactions like that and stuff. Got to have a few brief interactions with Rachel as well, Rollercoaster Rachel, which was really nice. Yeah, it's a shame that we couldn't talk a little bit more. Maybe like Scare Maze or something like that, possibly. Hopefully if I can get a ticket, fingers crossed. There was also Chris C. I did call him Chris B earlier in the vlog. No, Chris B's the kind of like main Chris, who's the head of everything. Don't get me wrong, he's lovely as well, Chris B, but I didn't talk to him as much on the event. Obviously, I can imagine he was really busy with all the arrangements and stuff for the event. But yeah, we got to talk to Chris C before the Wicker Man ERT. Really nice to always talk to him. I remember on the Twisted Vengeance event, we got to do a couple of the Nemesis ERTs together. That was really fun and cool. But yeah, we got to have like a nice, like, proper chat as well about loads of different things to do with like Scare Mazing and stuff as well, which was really cool. I think I got to talk to, I think it's Caleb as well. Got to talk to him as well briefly with James too. And yeah, as I say, just the whole team are just really lovely. And like a lot of people at the event as well, just really nice. I think there might have been a couple more people who like came up to like compliment the pin badges as well. I can't remember. As I say, it was just over a week ago. But yeah, I'd say overall it was a nice event. I don't think, because a lot of people say that it's kind of like the Thuzy event of the year and the favourite event of the year. I wouldn't say that. I think it would still be Scare Mazing, just because you have the attractions and stuff. You have the behind the scenes of the mazes, which I feel is like even more exclusive than Ride behind the scenes, because you never really get to see in those mazes much. You never really get to spend much time in them because you're going through them so quick. While with like a Ride behind the scenes, you can kind of see more of those behind the scenes in a way. I feel like with the Gold Rush one, that was cool because there's kind of some indoor bits that you don't get to spend much time in. But I feel like with most rides, you can see most of the area and stuff like that. And you can go on the ride as many times as you want. While with the Scare Maze, I feel like there's just a little bit more of a special thing to that as well, especially since they're only around at a certain time of the year. See, I'd say that's probably more my favourite event. Also, the fact that I get to be in costume, I get to kind of be someone else instead of myself. While at this event, yeah, it's kind of a great social event, but it's kind of like, I have social anxiety, so that doesn't help. But it's still nice to kind of try and put myself out there a bit more. I'm glad that I have gone to the events like Twisted Vengeance, like Man of Madness, like the Summer Festival, to try and put myself out there a little bit more, to try and socialise a bit more, which I have been able to do. Like especially at the Man of Madness event with like Elise and Sam and Kieran, like, Drayton talking that lot, it was lovely to interact with them, but also a few other people at the Man of Madness event and at the Summer Festival and stuff. Yeah, it's really nice to try and make those interactions, but yeah, that can still be difficult. I think another big factor that kind of goes into it is that I think I've mentioned it in the past on the channel, but I kind of have these like attachment issues where I get attached to people way too easily, and like insecurities and friendships and stuff. And I think it's where a lot of these events, there's a lot of people that I recognise from like social media and stuff, and like I may have interacted with briefly, but I don't really feel like I can go up and say hi in a way. Like I really want to, but I don't really feel able to, and it kind of makes me feel a lot more isolated in a way, even when I'm with people like James too. But then again, he can only do so much, yeah, I think at least like the Man of Madness event, like there were the three people. There was Elise, there was Sam, there was Kieran. There was at least that trio of people, which helped. I feel like it's almost like I need a lot of people with me to kind of distract me from that. And even then, I can still have that feeling of, hey, I want to try and interact with everyone. I want to try and be friends with everyone, which is just a very unrealistic expectation, which I really need to go over in therapy. There's definitely a load of other stuff in the background as well. Like, it's definitely not the summer event alone that's triggered this. It's definitely not it's definitely not even the biggest thing. There's other things as well in the background. One of the big things is the solution that I need to try and get to all this, which is therapy, which has been a nightmare. I'm gonna have to talk about that in another video, but yeah, that hasn't been fun. So yeah, just to reiterate, fun event, would definitely recommend it. Certainly fun if you want to go to a big social thing where there's a lot of people who are very happy and smiley. But yeah, anyway, now I'm kind of behind on all my uploading stuff now. Again, it's kind of a shame that the events always have to be like late for uploading and stuff. Like, I wish I could kind of get them out sooner after the event, but yeah, I'm not going to push myself if I'm not feeling great. But I've kind of had like a week of recovery now, so I'm kind of trying to slowly get back into it by recording this outro and then getting the thing edited, hopefully. I think the next video will probably be the Scarefest lineup announcement, like the reaction and stuff, because I've been recording reactions to all the announcements so far. At the moment, we're up to the Panic one, which I haven't actually recorded a reaction to, but because I really wasn't feeling great. But I'll record that with whatever the next announcement is. To be honest, there's not really much else to it. To be honest, it's the same footage from last year. It's just got a new name and stuff, and they're saying it's going to be a revamped version of it. We'll see. So that's probably going to be the next video. There's probably going to be a lot to edit for it, because there's a lot of announcements and stuff, which were recorded very last minute. I believe I might know when the next ones are coming out. I'm thinking, because they've been kind of doing it every Tuesday, and today's Monday, I think we're going to get another announcement tomorrow, and I think they might do it as two separate ones, like for the two new attractions. So I think we might get maybe the Dungeons one tomorrow, the one behind Curse next Tuesday, so I'm thinking that gives me a little bit of time to catch up, hopefully. Not fully, but hopefully a little bit of time to catch up. Then I think next time at Towers will be Oktoberfest, hopefully on the 7th on opening day. I'm hoping. It all depends. I'm having to sort a few things out. Then later September, there's a couple of Love to Explore socials, which hopefully should be able to make it to. We've got like hotels booked and stuff, tickets booked, so hopefully that should all go well. I'm gonna try and get back into Walton Files. I really want to, because I really do like it. Then again though, for like the Halloween season, Walton Files will be a perfect thing. So anyway, until the Scarefest lineup reaction, I will see you next time. Bye.